In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly use a circle hook. Now first, what is a circle hook? A circle hook is meant to hook a fish without any interaction from you. The way a traditional circle hook is designed, it's a round hook with a tip pointing at the shank of the hook. Like that hook right there. This is a traditional circle hook. Now these do come in other flavors. You have these hybrid circle hooks, and then you have elongated circle hooks. And as you can see with the elongated circle hook, it points towards the shank, so does the hybrid. Now let me show you a circle hook in action. Now a circle hook is meant for you to not have to set the hook. Basically, when the fish swallows the bait and they swim away, they hook themselves. Let me do that again right in front of the camera. I should have brought a rod holder with me. Because this has a bait runner, I can put it down and let the barrel run with the hook. So you have your line out on the bottom with a bait on it. And here's the fish. Here come and eat the bait. When they eat the bait, they swim away and the hook turns into the corner of their mouth. And at this point, all you have to do is put pressure on the line if you're using a bait runner. And when you put pressure on the line, you catch the fish. Of course, the fish would be swimming away, so it'd get hooked. So basically, the fish swallows the hook, and when you realize they're there, they swim away, it turns and hooks the fish. Now the best way to use these hooks is not with a bait runner like what I just showed you. It's better to have it locked down using the main drag. When you have it locked down, the fish will hook itself. So they grab the line and then they realize there's something wrong here. And they start swimming away, and then they start swimming away really hard and hook themselves. That's how these hooks are designed. So here's the bait on a circle hook. Fish goes swimming by, swallows the bait, and then as they continue swimming, the line gets tighter and tighter, and the hook slips, hooks them in the side, and they turn and they try to run, hooking themselves. Buckets are definitely not a good example. Let me do a short clip of me catching a fish with the line locked down. Oh, shite. He's taking out. Holy moly. Oh yeah, this is a big one. One drag. He just doesn't want to come in. Too. All right. Oh yeah. Woo. There you go, trophy catfish. 25-pound Tennessee River Blue. There he goes.
Somebody's using the right bait.
Now there's a catfish. First catfish on the battle cat. Good way to break it in. There you go. And as you can see, that fish, it basically hooked itself. It grabbed the line and took off. Now, if you don't use a rod holder that's locked down somehow or on a boat, you could have this happen. Fish on and it just took out everything. This is catfishing for you. An hour of boredom and 30 seconds of complete chaos. Oh. About time I got a big one here. $28 pounds. Whew. I'm going to put him back. Oh. He gets fighting. There he goes. Let him go, let him grow. Now I gotta get this all back together. As you saw there, I almost lost my cooler in the water to that fish. Now here's a clip of the bait runner method. This is Catfish Dave, and this is how he sets the hook. He's on. And we think this is a flathead.
It's a flathead. It's definitely a flathead. He's bigger than the other one too.
Nice.
This one could be a 30 or more.
Figured, why not record this?
Yeah.
I've only got the silly light here. Yeah, we're all wrapped up. Wow, that's a decent sized flathead.
I'll fix to untangle you.
Okay. So that was a way to start a video. To give you guys a little bit of context, this is a last minute trip I took to fish with Catfish Dave. And as soon as I get here, while showing him my camera, he pulls in this big old flathead.
Let him breathe a while where he can't escape. Just let him breathe right there. He'll take off in a minute.
When you have the bait runner on, you gotta pick it up and you gotta put pressure on the fish. The best way to do that is do what shark fishermen do. They pick up the rods and they just go for a run. And that sets the hook on the fish. Now with elongated and hybrid circle hooks, you can actually do a sweeping hook set. Actually, you want to make it more horizontal. I didn't want to hit the shed. Don't do a Mike Icadeli hook set or you'll pull the bait right out of the fish's mouth along with the hook. But the hybrids do allow you to do a hook set. Now there's one more thing about circle hooks that I want to teach you about. I used to use these circle hooks a lot right here. And I found myself missing fish, and whenever I would catch a flathead catfish, it had it hooked really, really weird. It was never in the corner of the mouth. And I do believe it's because of this bent eye. These two other hooks have bent eyes on them as well, and I've seen these hooks hook blues in really weird places as well. And then here's the type that I like to use. Has that straight shank on it. And what that does is create a trigger action with the hook. The line lies on top of the eye, and when it straightens out, it pushes it and creates a trigger action. You can see where it's trying to come around and hook into whatever the line is pulling it through. When you do a snell knot on those other hooks, you don't get that much of a trigger action on them. And I've noticed these hooks with the straight shanks, they hook flathead catfish a lot easier than a traditional circle hook. Now, I haven't tried a traditional circle hook with a straight shank, and I know there's several companies that make them, so if you can give them a try, go for it. It might actually work on flatheads or catch more fish. But there you guys go, short video on how to properly use circle hooks. Just leave them in a rod holder, let the fish hook itself. I do have one more thing to say. This is an 8/0 hook. If you're wanting to catch smaller fish that you want to eat, size down your hook. Get a 1/0 instead of an 8/0 hook. I know there's a lot of people that say they get a lot of bites and a lot of runs on these hooks and they don't catch anything, and they're using 8/0 hooks. What they need to be using is 1/0 hooks, and they'll probably catch all the fish that keep biting their baits, along with smaller baits. I do that all the time. If I have big baits on my hooks, I size down the baits and start catching smaller fish. And if I'm actually targeting smaller fish, I'll go down to a 1/0 hook, a 1/0 circle hook with a straight shank. So as a quick recap, you have traditional circle hooks. They're round. These are great for blues, but catching flatheads, it's a little bit more difficult on them. Maybe with a straight shank, it will hook a flathead better. You have hybrid circle hooks. This allows you to do a slow swinging hook set if needed. But they do work just like traditional circle hooks. You just leave the rod locked down, the fish will hook itself. Or make sure you have a runway where you can run about 20 feet to set the hook yourself. And then you have these elongated ones. I consider these kind of like kale hooks. I would use this with like chicken or oddball baits. If you're filleting your baits, they would work better with a hook like this. Just be prepared for this hook to hook the fish in random places in its mouth. I really hope you guys find this video useful, and I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch the video. I really, really appreciate it. And I have a favor to ask you guys. If you ever see someone asking about circle hooks, reference this video if you think I explained it good enough. The more people that know how to use circle hooks, the less fish will get gut hooked. But it's time for me to get some bait and go hit the water. See if I can catch me a big catfish. So thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.